Just have a conversation with us. Like,
all right, let's go.
Nah, you start it.
all right. On this episode of
For the game.
For the Game.
It's for the game.
It's for the game.
For the game.
Star here. First ever person on For the Game podcast, Evan Wickeri. Thank you for coming.
Wickeri.
Thanks for having me.
Also known as Stick.
Sticks.
Nardo.
Yep. How we doing, baby?
Doing good. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Pumped to have you here. First question, I think, is the one you have to start off with. You're on fire right now. You just reached a huge milestone of 100 hits. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good at the plate right now, honestly.
Good, man.
Seeing
That's
the ball
awesome.
Well, I've saw it well for a few weeks now, so I think it's just a tribute to my shoulder kind of getting back in a groove.
For sure.
Just last year, I played with a torn shoulder, so it was a grind. But just kind of getting comfortable health-wise has gone a long way.
Awesome. Is you doing so good? Is that something that you mentally are aware of, or you just play your game and what happens happens, or is that something that you think about?
It's a good question. I mean, I'm aware of how well I'm playing. I don't think about it a whole lot during the game, or try not to at least. I mean,
Good.
Thoughts leak in, obviously, when you're doing bad, when you're doing well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tough mental game, but for the most part, when I'm playing, it's more just competing and trying to, when you're hitting, trying to beat the pitcher and do something good for your team, and on defense, trying to help your pitcher out.
For sure.
Make a play for him.
I like it.
And you mentioned you came off a torn shoulder last year. So how has that affected you as far as the mental side of the game, overcoming that injury, working through it? How has that helped or changed your perspective?
It was actually a lot harder on the mental side than I thought it was going to be. I had a pretty big setback injury earlier in my baseball career, but this one was different because obviously I'm older. Career's kind of coming to an end where it's like now or never. Mm-hmm. And just mentally, it was definitely tough because I thought coming into it was going to be kind of come back 4 to 6 months and I'm good. But it was more of a 4 to 6 months it's healed, and then it's still going to hurt for another 2 to 3 months. So
yeah,
just the mental grind between that and just the overall difficulties of baseball has in itself. It's just tacked onto it. So it was definitely tough, but it's starting to get better.
Mm.
You're a dog, though.
So we don't want to only focus on just this current year. We're trying to get to know Evan Wickeri as the person, right?
Yes.
So you're from Jacksonville, Florida. So tell me about Jacksonville, man. How was it growing up in Duval?
I was born in South Carolina.
Okay.
Anderson, but my mom moved me here shortly after that. I was 5 months old. So pretty much born and raised almost in Jacksonville. But no, it's cool. It's definitely much more slow paced than down in South Florida, but that's okay. And it's a little smaller, so you get to know people a little bit more as far as my area. But Jacksonville in itself is actually a huge city. I don't really live in Jacksonville. I live a little south of it, but yeah, you definitely know people more. It's more relaxed, more of a suburban area. So it's cool.
For sure. How was the contrast? You've been at Barry for 2 years. Coming to Miami, it's a little different with the mixing pot of crazy personalities and everything going on. How was that transition from Jacksonville to Miami? Was it easy? Was that something you even thought about?
I think it was pretty easy just because, I tend to just get along with whoever I'm hanging around that day. So it wasn't really difficult for me, but it's definitely interesting to see the change in culture and ethnicities and all that. It was definitely a lot more diversity here.
Is it something you could say you like a little more, or it's a little harder to be around?
I wouldn't say I like it or don't like it more than the other. It's just indifferent. I'm kind of just a go with the flow guy. So
I like it.
Yeah. So going through Jacksonville, how was the high school life as far as recruiting? How'd you know now I want to take it to college?
So I always knew I was going to try and play college baseball. It was just kind of a thing my mom and I knew. She was always big on me on grades and going to school, and she knew that I loved baseball. She always told me to try to get a scholarship to help pay for school. So at a young age, I wanted to go to college. It's just through high school recruiting was tough because, as you see me now, I'm not very big. So imagine me in high school, I was a twig.
Yeah, you got some, man.
Yeah, I put up some decent stats in high school, but the size wasn't there, so recruiting was definitely tough. I went to a lot of showcases, a lot of junior college showcases, because I was realistic with my goals and knew that I wasn't going to get where I wanted to be right out of high school because I needed to develop mentally and physically. So I understood that early, so I just kind of attacked that area of baseball.
I think it's safe to say that the schools missed out for sure.
Yeah.
They definitely missed
Yeah.
out.
I mean, you can't really blame him though, because
No.
who's gonna want to recruit a 140-pound guy to go to?
I saw a 4.2 GPA at high school
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Academic weapon. That definitely helped you out though for schools and getting into FSCJ. I bet. So that was a
Well,
good thing that helped. I bet.
I mean, I could have had a 2.5 and gotten an FSC.
Yeah.
It definitely helped with,
Yeah, it definitely helps a little
academic
bit.
scholarships and
For
stuff
sure.
like that.
Yeah, it helps out with the family and stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So like, how and when did you like start to get into baseball? Like,
So when I was probably 3 or 4, my mom put me in t-ball. I think it was just kind of something. I've never really asked her why she did it. I think I kind of just enjoyed sports from a young age. Like, I think she told me my first word was ball as a kid, not
Wow.
even mom or dad. So
That's funny.
I think she just put me in t-ball, and I guess I loved it and just kept going with it, and it's just in my blood. So I mean, just since as far as back as I can remember, I've played baseball. So.
That's sweet. Is athletes in the family? Is that something that runs into the family, or are you the first
Yeah.
college athlete?
As it goes in my family, as far as like just my parents. Like past that, not really a whole lot of athletic genes. It's
Okay.
More like my grandfather was like an engineer. My other grandfather was like a farm worker. So like, but my parents, they both played college sports,
Yeah.
baseball and softball.
Think you got the who do you think you got the athleticism from, mom
That's
or dad?
tough. That's tough. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably give them 50-50.
Okay,
Because like you gotta, I mean, dad played college baseball.
Yeah.
Mom played, it was a dual sport.
I definitely got mine from my mom.
Your
My
mom.
dad cannot move. My mom's the athlete.
I think I probably got the athletic side from my mom, and maybe just the hand-eye coordination, just the baseball genes from
Yeah.
my dad.
For sure.
yeah. So, we have to compare Miami versus Jacksonville as far as just being a student athlete in Florida. What's your thoughts, man?
As far as being a student athlete, Miami definitely will take the cake. Because I mean, it's Miami. Like
Yeah.
you're in the prime of your life, in your 20s, young 20s, playing baseball. Like in South Florida, you can't get much better than that. Like Jacksonville's cool and all. Like it's just slower. Like there's not as much to do, and you know that. But as a student athlete perspective, definitely Miami takes the cake.
So did you see yourself like eventually leaving Jacksonville and going to something like a Miami, like that's a bit more fast, or did you see yourself kind of staying towards the slow?
Not specifically Miami. I kind of was just baseball driven, and just my goal was just to stay in Florida because I had a Florida Bright Future scholarship, so I wanted to use that. So that was my goal, was to play in Florida, and I knew it was probably going to be Division II if that was the case. So and Barry reached out and just happened to be in Miami Shores. That's how that happened.
So Barry reaches out, happens to be in Miami Shores. When they're pitching you, hey, come to Barry, is that something that was a thought in your mind for your choice of coming to Barry, or is that something that was for sure like, oh, okay, we're gonna be in Miami too, like it's baseball?
I mean, it definitely helped. It definitely helped. Like here in like Barry University, oh, you look it up, they're in Miami Shores. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's cool. Like,
Yeah, for
South
sure.
Florida, like it definitely helped in that regard.
No, 100%. We get it. We all know this. You're in Miami. We're college athletes. We go out. We have fun. We like to hang out with our guys and do that. How is that, like, splitting time with baseball? And we don't do it a lot, but when we do it, is that something that, like, is, like, a plan for you? Like, how do we do it? Like, just explain to the guys how we do it. Like,
How do you balance, man?
how do you balance it? Yeah, that's
I
a
feel
better
like
way
it
to
just
say it.
goes from person to person, just knowing like your body and your limits and all that. Like if you're a guy that can bounce back quick from partying and going out, like then there's no issue with it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I feel like we have a good crew, and we know we have an older crew, and we like just kind of understand that it's business, and you got to kind of balance that. So we do well with
100%.
that, and yeah, it's definitely a good time. We do a good job balancing the fun and
100%.
in the business.
So as far as just the balance and the fun in the business, so how has it been like once you got into college, the difference between like college baseball and high school, not just about like talent level, as far as culture and stuff?
Obviously, every aspect of the game, as far as like physical specimen, like guys are bigger and stronger in college. They're more talented, obviously, quicker bat speed, throw harder, and just like the baseball IQ and mental side is definitely a lot better. Like guys know how to play the game more. They understand. They talk about the game, like they live and breathe the game. Because like to go to college to play at the next level in any sport, really, like you got to kind of love the game, and you don't like some guys in high school just play to play, and you see in college a lot of guys. There's more players that are playing because for their love of the game or the competition, so you get a lot better conversations and stuff like that. So I've noticed that it was probably the big difference.
Being in college, like making it all the way through college, and hopefully to go on to the next level in baseball, how could you say, like, I know I could say that baseball has shaped my life and guided my path while growing up. How has it shaped you as a person, as a man, growing up with baseball?
In every way possible, probably. Like, I would probably have to give baseball a lot of props and a lot of thank yous after I'm done with it, because, I mean, not only has it kept you, like, focused on something, kept you out of trouble, keep you active, stuff like that, simple stuff in life, but it's also, like, adds to character. Like, you know how to work with a team, you know how to have a work ethic, how to be disciplined, how to, you know what I mean, like problem solving. Every facet of life, I feel like baseball is so related to life
100%.
in that way. So
100%.
Even just the camaraderie. I mean, guys,
Yeah,
we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for baseball.
that's another thing. Like,
I wouldn't know all my friends.
I'd probably say a good 90% of the friends I've had in my life are through baseball or through
100%.
sports.
Yeah, nah, for real.
So like everybody that I've played with, everyone on this team right now is like they coming to my wedding. Like that's people I'm never gonna forget. Like it's so cool
Gotta
to me.
love the boys.
And like it's such a big like we've played against so many people, but the baseball world is so small.
So
Yeah,
small.
It's like
it only gets.
They could be from
smaller.
Jersey, and I've known you because I've played you in the tournament.
And the longer you play, the
Yep.
smaller it is.
Yes, it's so crazy. I had the umpire yesterday. He had me in high school. And I didn't even know him. He was like, "I was with you in high school." I was like, "What?" No, not Joe Manny, the home plate guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He was like, "I had you in high school." I was like,
But he
"Damn,
tried to sell the game.
you should give me more calls then. Like, you should help me out a little more, man."
Bro, okay, but I gotta ask you, man. It's not just the hits though. You led the team in bags last year, so I gotta ask you though, like, no disrespect, man, but the 60 time is not crazy. You're not slow, but the 60 time is not crazy. So
No,
you
you're not
gotta tell
wrong.
me you're a good base runner.
You're not wrong.
So tell me, how did you become a good base runner? How did you start getting those good jumps consistently? What's
First
the
of
process,
all,
man?
The stolen bags, I don't even know where that came from, because like
Come on,
man.
man.
I'm good at stealing bags, but I've never stole that many in a season in my life. So like that, I'm just gonna try and keep it going. Just hopefully it stays the same.
Hell yeah.
Like, as far as base running, that's probably a lot to do with just like growing up playing baseball. The coaches I had in the past, like I started playing travel ball at like 8, so just they would teach small things like that, how to take a lead, how important base running is. It can be the difference in a game and gets game of inches, so it's important to get every advantage. And then also high school, my coach, he was with the Dodgers, and he brought a lot of base running tips with him from like that. That was like one of his favorite things was base running. So he kind of ingrained it in our brains that it was very important and very underrated part of the game. So we practiced that a lot, and I think that's just where it come from. So it just stayed with me through learning it at a younger age.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys haul. You guys move. For the viewers watching, I am the slowest one in the room by far. And I have a question because I don't know what it's
catcher, man.
I don't know what it's like to be like you guys. When you're running, does it feel like you're moving really? Like
sometimes.
You gotta ask Gulley.
Nah, bro, don't sell yourself short. I was talking a little, but you still
Nah,
fast.
you're not wrong though. I mean,
I don't know what it feels
I'm
like to be
baseball.
fast.
It's just like,
baseball
right?
fan,
Like,
so
if you
I'm
get
not-
going, you know, like, if you get going, you get going.
That's
Like,
I'm
it
like
doesn't
an
always
I
feel.
ain't even, bro.
I'm like an old train with like
I run like a 7, bro.
Nah, stop.
like-
You're sub 7, bro.
I'm like
Stop
an
it.
old train that needs like WD-40. Like it just takes a second, but once I round first, I'm going. I start to move a little bit, but
No, but like I feel like if you run the bases properly, like you don't really need to be fat. Like
Yeah.
No,
if
facts.
you see where the ball is,
for
and
sure,
you take a good cut, and you're like leaning on like just small things like that. If you're
Yeah.
leaning on the bag,
for sure.
you cut the rounds short, like stuff like that. Like you don't really need.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you. It's a little harder of a question, but this is a question that I ask myself.
Okay.
Does the game to you still feel like a game? Like, does it still feel like how it felt like, at least for me, like in my backyard playing wiffle ball with my buddies? Does you coming out every day still feel that way, or does it has it gone more to job?
That's a good question. I mean, there's honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There's days where like your body's not feeling it, and it's kind of a grind.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
in times like that, you try like not to be negative, not like try to be positive, and like keep a good mindset and tell yourself like play for your younger self. That's what I've been doing this year actually a lot. Is trying to just remind myself why I play and why I love the game, and just kind of like play for myself when I was 12. Like, 'cause I know if I looked back and talked to my 12-year-old self, he would be like ecstatic that I was playing right now.
Hell yeah, he
Division
would.
II baseball.
He'll be super happy, bro.
Play for that guy. Isn't that so? In that sense, then yeah, I still kind of play like it's a game.
That's what I try.
Yeah.
I think about my backyard, like me and my
Playing
like my
wiffle
best
ball.
friends playing wiffle ball. I've never sucked in my backyard.
Exactly.
In my backyard, I'm Mike Trout. I'm doing other people's stances, and I feel like them.
Yeah.
So
We all have the same childhood.
yeah, it's so fun. I
So
loved it
builds your
growing up.
baseball swing.
Yeah.
Man. So we all know there are coaches in life that can make the game not fun, or they can completely make the game so fun and change your perspective on it. So who has been the coach that has helped you, or like your favorite coach while you've played?
That's really tough. That's really tough. I have to pick one.
Hey man,
You can name a couple. You can name.
It's
Hey,
your
this
episode, man.
this is your
It's
episode. If
bro.
you want to
Whatever you
name
wanna
every
say.
single coach, you can name every single coach
This is the Evan Wickeri podcast
Yes.
for the game.
for the game.
For
All right,
the
all right.
game.
I'm gonna shout out 3 coaches.
Let's hear it.
Keith Daniel.
Okay.
He was my 10U to like 12U coach, and kind of
Yeah.
just he kind of stayed with me. He stayed in the area, so throughout high school he kind of saw me play and stuff, and I would still keep in touch or try to. But he's the one that kind of introduced me to like thinking in baseball, like kind of just playing the game and not just swinging the bat and fielding around balls. Like he introduced like kind of that high level thinking at a young age, and he's the one that made me a switch hitter, which is one of my biggest regrets this day is not still switch hitting. But he's the one that made me do it because he just saw the type of player I was, good hands, fast runner, and just thought it would be positive for me to be a switch hitter in my career. And then 2 is my high school coach, John Scrumlow. Shout out, he's running for like congressman of Jacksonville right now.
Cool.
Okay.
Shout out to
Shout
him.
out, yeah, shout out to that guy.
It's a big shout out right there.
But he
Hit the polls.
he was another guy, just really good human being. Kind of just was more about making you a good person and like getting you ready for college. Wasn't all about winning and success and all that. But I mean, obviously, he was competitive. He played pro ball. But in that sense, like it was just, I feel like I learned a lot under his belt in 4 years. And then Brad Frick from JUCO, just that guy's a beast. He just
I like
kind of,
that.
our brains clicked when I first got there, and we just saw the game in the same way. So like just
That's
what he
awesome.
would say would click for me, and what I would say would click for him. So like just that camaraderie we had was awesome to have for 3 years. So those are my 3.
Okay, I have one for you. A cool, funny question. It doesn't have to be a hard answer or a deep answer. So you said like, oh, I regret switch hitting. If you could start it over for baseball, would you still be a first baseman, or like would you play a different position? Well, what would you do different? Like I know I would try and pitch.
As far as how back, like how far back are we talking? Like,
As far as you want to go. Like if you were to be in the same level or do the same thing but play a different position, what would you do if you would?
you want to be honest? The only thing I would change, and it sucks that I would have to change anything, but it would just be not to stop hitting lefty.
Okay.
Like I would have kept.
Wow.
Because I mean, I did it for like 6 years, and I was like decent at it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just had a big injury freshman year, and just mentally, it was tough to come back on 2 sides of the plate.
Yeah.
And I just was young and blamed my failure at a young age, and like in high school on switch hitting. So I just quit and stopped.
I get you. It happened to me for pitching. I always pitched growing up as a kid, and I was like 15. I was always like one of the harder throwers on the team.
Yeah.
And I would pitch and catch. So I would go and like catch the semifinal and pitch in the championship. And then my growth plate just separated as a kid, and I blamed everything on pitching. I just stopped pitching, and
Yeah.
like part of me wishes like,
I mean, it's tough because you're young and you don't.
Yeah,
know.
you never
Like,
know.
you just
Yeah.
think that's the reason, but if you just stuck it through. But
how crazy that like people are like holding back their kids in like 4th grade.
Dude,
You have no idea
Dude.
how good that kid's gonna be. Like how crazy is that? Like
4th
this-
grade is way too.
4th
early.
grade's
So
crazy.
I've seen some
Like,
crazy things like, and
fourth grade
I've
is
asked like
insane.
But it's also crazy because we're getting to the point where there's like 4th, 5th graders committed.
exactly like the game has
It's crazy.
evolved so much. It's insane.
We're seeing like 20, 35 grad. Like I don't need to see that.
13-year-olds,
Go play travel ball.
100.
It just needs to
Yeah.
play travel ball.
It's crazy. How does that even happen? Like how does
Yeah, I don't
just
get it. I guess we're evolving or something.
Yeah, I say we're just evolving as
or
we
mechanics
speak.
are just peaking.
Yeah,
or I
just
don't know.
more technology on everything, I guess.
Best recovery, but we get hurt more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me ask you guys: do you think the average velo on a fastball is going to keep going up? Or
No.
do you think it's going to plateau?
There's got
No, it's gonna go back down.
Bro. Like
Yeah,
the human
yeah.
body can only
what I'm
do so
saying, like,
much.
It's
right?
going back down. I'm
There's
telling
no
you.
way humans could just go average 103.
Well, honestly, like you think it's gonna go down?
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure
gonna
if
go
it
down.
No, it's going down.
I think it's going to plateau for a little while,
Plateau?
and then it's going to start to go down.
Bassett from the Toronto,
Mhm.
he came out on the video, like I saw it like 2 days
Yeah, I
ago.
saw that.
And he was talking about like MLB teams are picking the guy that throws 97 and he has a 4.70 ERA than the guy that throws 93 with a 3.7 ERA.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't get that. He was like, the guys that throw 97, they're pitching less. They're always hurt. Like, why not just go back to the guys that dice? Like,
True.
I want to see,
But,
like,
like-
I love
Same
seeing, like, the
thing-
dicing.
And
But-
same thing with hitting, because as soon as pitching goes back to that, you're not going to be able to launch balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to
no
have
more.
to be able to.
You have to smack them.
You're going to have to hit through the ball. You're going to have to.
Facts.
Yeah, there's not as much power coming at you,
But
for sure.
if those dudes throwing 97 plus start to learn how to dice, then
Well, that's your outliers.
I'm saying,
Those are your Garrett
there,
Coles,
I'm
your
saying, there's always been that in
Browns.
MLB. There's always been like
there's
the
just more of them.
going
bro.
back to like
It's a higher.
like.
I mean, yeah, there's more of them, but they're not. At the end of the day, they're just really not more. Of them.
But we could even think
If
back
you're
to like when
throwing
we were watching
98
baseball growing up. There was guys that threw 98 to 100,
True.
Yeah.
True.
but they were the oh my god. Now
they were
it's
closers
Randy
most of the
Johnson.
time.
yeah, you're Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan's.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
guys.
You're like Goose Gossage with the mustache, throwing fuzz that like I don't even know how long ago he pitched, but like those guys were outliers, like you said. Like those guys weren't a commonality. Now it's everybody throws 100. Like the 90 is slow now, and that's crazy.
No,
back
it's
then,
crazy,
back
yeah.
then, you do 90, you're going to UM.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Ninety,
even
yeah.
I could even talk about catchers too. I thought about the other day, like Ethan Salas for Padres is insane. He's
He's
17.
still 17.
He's 17
even
years
turned
old and he's
18
playing
yet.
the big leagues. If I caught in 1960,
22,
if I caught in 1960, I would be Ethan Salas. But
Be the greatest
but that's
catcher
how
of all
much
time.
that's how much the game has evolved. Like kids are just getting so much
If you
better.
put Barry U in the 1920s, we're the Yankees.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that makes, I got to segue, man, because I hate this. This is the only thing I can honestly say that's negative about you, and it's that you're a Yankees fan. So
Yeah,
you
I
gotta-
agree. Yes,
you gotta
go Boston.
elaborate.
Red Sox in the
Yeah, we got Red Sox in here.
This
Yeah,
is
you're
the
getting
Red
ganged
Sox
up on.
podcast. It's for the game.
For the game.
This is
Yep,
the
for
Yankees
the game.
podcast for the game.
It's we have a Yankees guest. It's a one-time allowance of this. We will never
Yeah.
do this ever.
Never again.
Never.
Unless
never
you want
again.
them back, and then we'll bring them back.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
but
want
no
them
more
back,
Yankee
we'll bring them
people.
back.
Only Evan Wick. But okay, tell me, why the Yankee ties, man? What's that about?
There's a few. I mean, the cliche Jeter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 5-year-old watching baseball on TV, I see Jeter. And my first T-ball team happened to be the New York Yankees, so like
Okay. Yeah.
it's another thing. And then I just have family in New York, and I used to travel up there and go see like Times Square and stuff like that. I go to the Cape in Massachusetts and just kind of all that. And then, like I said, just watching Jeter play, just started liking the Yankees at a young age and just wrote it out, die hard.
So the
How are your
T-ball
Yankees
team
gonna do
started
this
it
year?
all.
They're gonna win a World Series.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Sox
Carlos
might not,
Rodon is
though.
coming back.
No, the Sox are definitely not winning. So I'm not
Sox
gonna
are
say.
dead last, so you guys
Yeah.
can pipe down.
Yankees are looking alright. I'll say.
No, you guys are gonna look good. Hopefully, Garrett Cole comes back and could pitch.
If he is not out for the season,
Gross.
then we're gonna win the division.
Mm,
As simple as that. I might put
Baltimore might have something to say.
Baltimore is gonna stop you.
Baltimore is they're
Scary.
good.
I
I'm
think
not gonna say anything
Baltimore-
bad about Baltimore. They're a good team.
Yeah.
They're gonna
I
be tough
think
to beat,
big-
but I think the Yankees are more experienced and a better.
I wasn't say I think they're scarier because they're younger.
If there's one team that like I'd be like semi like okay with winning that division though, like it'd
Be the
Baltimore.
Orioles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was
Just
okay
like,
with
oh,
one team winning, not the Yankees, it's the Orioles. 'Cause,
Orioles.
I mean, they gotta.
Yeah.
It's their time.
Right.
Yeah.
They gotta eat eventually.
They haven't.
Yeah.
All
The
they have
Rays,
is a few
though?
wild cards.
The Rays are good.
Rays
No,
can-
the Rays are gonna give you a fight.
Rays can eat a dick. We can edit that part.
Yeah, we can edit that out.
Eat a beep.
We'll say eat a beep. We gotta edit that part out.
Yeah, no, by all means.
That's
man.
fine.
This is
Gotta make
for the
one- Gotta
game.
make one edit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna cut to like a sponsored ad.
Yeah, we'll do
Air
a
you.
sponsored ad. I'll get a video and we'll put it.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'll put it for like 20 seconds, and this will be I'll be gone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Try to test it
But
out.
this is for the game.
For the games.
It's for the game.
For the game.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the rapid fire round.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. It's for the game. For the game.
It's for the game. It's for the game. It's for the game.
Okay, so Matt, would you like to kick it off with our rapid fire?
I will kick it off.
Let's get it.
If you were to trade places with a person for a day, who would it be?
I feel like it's got to be a current athlete, a professional athlete.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
This is rapid fire.
Rapid
I'm saying
It's
this.
rapid fire.
Sorry, Steph Curry, then Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I don't know.
Is it like it could be like a
play?
snack?
McDonald's,
It could be
McDonald's. Okay,
That's a
okay.
good one. I'm probably there with you.
Yeah.
Biggest risk you've ever took?
Probably taking a walk-on PO offer to
And-
junior college.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
cheers to you. It worked out very well for you.
Facts.
Cheers to you, man.
Okay, best compliment you ever got.
Best compliment I ever got. Probably that I play the game with a chip on my shoulder. That I play the game the right way.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
What's the worst piece of advice you've ever got?
That's hard. I try not to remember bad advice.
Yeah,
so I don't really.
I
know
like that,
anything.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it just at that. We don't listen to
Yeah.
those in and out.
Yeah.
Something you wish you were better at.
Probably anything music, like playing guitar, the drums, singing, anything in that sense.
I like it. If you were to be stranded on an island, who would you want to be with?
You got 1 to 3 people.
I got 3 people.
Yeah, 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Whatever you want.
Okay, I'll pick 2. Probably Steve Irwin.
Okay.
Okay, it's a good one. It's a safe play.
All right, rest in peace, Steve. But
Yeah,
I'm taking him, and then probably Scarlett Johansson.
for entertainment.
Fire, yeah.
For
Entertainment.
Fire.
she's an actor. That would be cool. I think that would be
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
I'd probably geek out. I would get like starstruck. Oh my god, it's Scarlett Johansson on the island over here.
Were you an Animal Planet kid?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Love Animal Planet.
Big
Yeah,
Steve
definitely.
Irwin.
I still am. Like, I
What's your
still-
favorite animal?
A lion for sure. Lion.
Lion. Well, yeah, you have a lion tat, don't
do.
you?
You do have
Yep,
a,
yep.
Don't you have a Jeter tat?
I do have a Jeter tan.
There
How
we
many
go.
tattoos you got?
6. I think I have 6.
Okay.
6. So
Looking for more?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Always.
Yeah.
When'd
I
you
need to
start
start
getting
mine soon.
tattoos?
I got my first right before my 18th birthday, and then just kind of casually.
How'd
I
it
got
feel?
one in like 2 years though.
Is that as bad as you thought it was gonna be? Like pain-wise?
It really just depends on the artist and like where you get it. Like some artists are like very gentle, and some like don't care.
How was yours?
Huh?
How was yours? I'm looking to get on the same spot. That's why.
Where?
On like half sleeve, and I'm gonna eventually work all
Honestly,
the way
on
down.
the backside of the arm is not that bad.
Okay, good.
Unless they use color. If they use white, it's
Color hurts more, really?
very, very painful. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Why?
Because like when you use color, it's usually like, well, for me, you went back and did white like hairs on the lion mane.
Oh, and they're
stuff.
probably just going over spots
It's
that
going
he's gone
spot
over
that
already.
already went over, and like
Yeah.
color's already like more painful.
Yeah,
for
that would
whatever
definitely
reason.
hurt for sure.
Yeah, and the armpit area not fun. Ribs,
Armpit.
ribs area not fun.
No, I don't even want to imagine getting.
It's like anywhere that's like not a lot of.
I've
fat,
seen
pretty
Ink
much.
Master.
Like anywhere, like if you have a muscle, like anywhere where there's a muscle, it's not gonna hurt that bad.
I've seen Ink Master, and I've seen too many people just bail halfway through the tattoo on the ribs. Why would you ever want that? Like,
I haven't gotten an elbow, but I've heard elbow and kneecaps are like the worst.
No, never doing it. They're
That's
gonna
like
go
right
around my
on
elbow.
the bone.
It's gonna go
Elbow.
here, and then they're going around the elbow. The
That's-
elbow will stay open. I don't care.
That has to be a fear of mine though, like getting like a tat that I regret for sure.
Oh my god.
I mean, at the end of the day, like,
YOLO.
I guess so, like if it
Like, how
sucks-
hard
at
did
the
you-
end- If it sucks that bad, like that, where you like hate it, like hopefully it wasn't a big one. You could just get it covered up. Or
Yeah.
something,
How hard did you think about yours? Like, or did you eventually just find something and be like, yo, I want it?
The thing is, yeah, it's just all money related for me. Like, if I had money, I'd just go get one. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really think. Oh, I mean, obviously, I think about it, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like I think for a month and then go get it. Like,
I think too
I'll be
hard
like,
about
all
it.
right, I'm trying to
Right?
spend
Yeah.
400 on a
Like, part of me
tattoo.
wants to make it like for a
I'll just
reason
take
instead of it
What's the
like.
most expensive tattoo you got?
in one sitting, or like, the
Say in total, like the
half
full
sleeve-
piece.
The whole half sleeve was like almost. I think it was like 1,200.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. And it came out nice.
Yeah, so
You have a cool
it
one.
was a quality tattoo.
Yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
Whatever.
I need to get mine too. And hopefully I get it we just don't have a break now. I can't go get it like today and then.
Yeah, because if you
I
get a
need-
big one too, you gotta like let it heal.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna do like over the summer. I'm gonna have a little break, do like a little temp on summer ball, temp league, and just get my tats.
No, we gotta ask you though, man, because we get personal on For the Game. So,
Yeah, we do.
what's your deepest fear?
My deepest fear.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. Probably not being able to like provide for my family and like help my mom out later in life. Just probably,
I like it
you know what I mean?
for sure.
Like I want to be able to put food in a house and cars and stuff like that. Provide that for my family.
100%. I love that. I love that out of you, man.
Kind of like a similar question, but like, how do you view success then? Like, if someone told you like your life was a success, like, what do you see that being?
It's kind of honestly, if like what I said was my biggest fear. If I just have like a roof over my head with a wife I love and some kids and like just, I mean, obviously money would be a little bit of a success. Like it plays into that. So
Of
like,
course.
being able to live comfortably and like have a retirement and put my kids through college and stuff like that, that would be a success for me.
Where you think you're gonna lay the roots down? What would be your okay?
wanna
Give me
stay
your
in
top
Florida?
3 favorite places top 3 favorite places you wanna live. Top 3 favorite places you wanna go to that you haven't been. Give me that.
See, where I want to live, I have no clue. That's one. But I'll give you 3 like possible destinations. One, obviously Jacksonville. I could just go back home.
Yep.
Don't want to do that, but it's an option. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, this could change tomorrow, but I'd say maybe like Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Tampa.
area. And then I would probably, I've been thinking about getting out of Florida, so maybe like
West Coast.
never that.
No.
Dude,
never
bro,
that.
you
No.
guys gotta brown your
Never
horizons,
that.
bro.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to pay $8 for a gallon of gas.
It's actually $4.50 in Vegas right now. All right, sorry to cut you off.
And then probably East Coast. Obviously, that's a given.
Yeah.
I'm living on the East Coast. But either the Carolinas or maybe Northeast.
I like the Carolinas.
Yeah.
For sure.
Either
I like the
North,
Carolinas.
South Carolina, or maybe go Northeast somewhere.
I
Boston,
would love to
Florida.
stay in Florida, but everything's so expensive here. Like, unless I come out
Honestly, it's not.
working.
It's expensive, but like it's not the worst state.
No, it's not. But
Like obviously the Carolinas, like Georgia, South Carolina, those are probably gonna be cheaper states. But like
no, I'm saying here in Florida. Florida's horrible. Like if
it's not horrible. It's Miami's horrible.
Yeah.
Miami. Like if I want to stay near my family, let me rephrase. Like all
State of Florida.
my entire family's in Miami.
Yeah.
If I want to buy a house, like a
Miami.
legit house instead of renting, I won't be able to unless I have.
Yeah, Miami's
Bread.
absurd. Miami, I don't consider Miami.
You need cheddar, like
It's a
to.
fake place.
Miami's
dad-
like Miami. It's like a separate state.
It's a fake place.
I see it every day with my dad. My dad's
Simulation,
my
bro.
dad's a real estate agent. Like I see it all the time, and like it's crazy how expensive everything is.
Oh, I believe it.
Dude, like
We were
like, it
looking-
never gets cold. Like
We were looking at the end of last year, like trying to do it, and it was like even if we split it like
OD.
7 ways, it was still like
I remember.
800 a piece.
Yeah, I remember.
Which is crazy.
We live where people vacation. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
We literally live where people
I mean,
vacation.
that's what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
Miami's definitely always been more expensive than like the rest
Yeah,
of the state.
for sure. But it's gotten a little more expensive recently.
Yeah, 'cause
Favorite-
the average had gone up, and then what?
favorite club you've been to while you've been here?
Good one.
I mean, 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Changes.
Can't compete.
Changes. It will change a man. I'll say that.
11. I haven't been to Live or Space or anything, so I mean, I kind of have to say 11, honestly.
Was there somebody performing at 11, like an artist?
No, I
No.
almost went when I think Lil Baby was.
That would have been sick.
But I didn't go.
That would be so cool.
Chris and Flex went to that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think I almost went that night, but I didn't go.
That would be fun. We'll have them on too soon,
Yeah.
viewers.
Chris and
Chris and
Flex
Flex
podcast.
podcast. You'll have us on
We're on For the Game with Evan Wickeri right now.
for the game with
Evan
Wickeri.
Yep. Mr. 100 hits.
Yes,
Nardo Wickeri. Evan Wick.
Wick Evan.
So we got to ask you, man, how you want to be remembered? We're in the closing hours before the game, so we got to get down to it, man.
How do I want to be remembered?
Yeah.
And what?
So
It doesn't have to be
just-
so deep. How
yeah,
about
man,
this?
just-
How would you want your teammates to remember you?
Yeah, man. Like when we look back on you,
I already know my answer.
what are we gonna think about Evan Wickeri? What do you want us to say?
I would want them to think I was a friend, like a guy, like a good person that I'll see outside the field, like a guy you can talk to, have a good time with, and then on the field, just a competitor, a guy that's gonna put it on the line and play the game hard and try to beat the other team, and it's us against the world kind
Yeah.
of player.
I like that a lot.
That's how I like to be.
I know my answer. Right? What's yours? For the
Yeah.
team aspect, at least.
Team aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure, like, good teammate, cared about his, like, teammates, is like a brother, tried to be positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just, yeah, stuff like that.
Mine would be, I have two. Just be a cool teammate, be a friend with everybody. I think I get along with everybody.
Mm.
The only thing on the field is I want to be remembered as the best catcher that you've played with. That's my goal. Is like, I want people to like talk with their sons about a catcher,
Facts.
and they bring me up. They say, I played with this kid.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
That's a
they,
cool
like,
thought to
like
me.
Everyone wants to be remembered as like a good teammate.
100%.
Yeah.
You want to be remembered as like some asshole.
I grew
That's
up
what we
with
have
like
after this. That's baseball is eventually going to stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Teammates.
saying. Like, you want to have connections, so when I have my wedding, you can
100%.
come and be in it, and when you have a kid, I can show up.
100%.
And-
You're gonna coach him how to play
That's what I'm
first.
saying.
Facts. Okay, yeah, now if and when you have a daughter or a son, are they playing baseball, or are you just any sport okay?
Any sport's okay with me. Obviously, I'm gonna try and nurture baseball into my son or daughter.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, if it's a daughter,
Yeah.
softball. But I mean, honestly, if it's a daughter, I could care less what she does. Like, she could do anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's whatever. Like,
Yeah.
whatever she wants, I'm gonna do. But baseball, I'm gonna nurture it. I'm gonna put a
Yeah.
tee in front of him at 2 and just
Right.
see how it goes. And
See
if
how
Yeah.
it goes.
he wants to play, he likes it. I'm not gonna be the dad that forces it or anything, and like, because I want him to like the game. Like, I didn't have
For
that
sure.
growing up. Like,
Mhm.
I had my stepdad was there, but he didn't really like interfere or like kind of coach me or force anything. Like, it was always just my love for the game. So I think that's why I love the game so much.
100%.
So I'm trying to
100%.
build that in my household.
Facts.
I've played with so many people that like their parents were so hard on them that
Yeah.
the parents made them
Yeah, you've seen
not
it.
love the game,
Yeah.
and they were so. I've played with some that were committed. Like they were going to like Power 5 schools, and he was like, my parents just ruined it for me.
Yeah. I mean, you see it. a
Like I
lot,
just
right?
fell out of love
crazy.
for it.
But yeah,
It's crazy to think about.
but baseball, man.
Baseball, man.
But if he plays something else, I'm not gonna be mad because it's a tough game.
Yeah,
It's a tough mental game.
Yeah.
So
builds character.
definitely does.
I
I
think
think,
the
all
same-
sports build character.
all
If you
sports
play
does.
like football, your whole
Facts.
life, like
Yeah.
you're gonna be a tough son of a
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
Definitely
Yeah.
builds some character.
100%. You're gonna be tough.
sports are just important for me.
Yeah.
I think sports are important because I feel like a lot of, I don't know if you guys have younger siblings, but I do, and I just kind of see
The video
the
game.
culture of just younger kids. Like my brother will, if he doesn't have anyone take it from him, and like because he doesn't mind going outside and playing, and he plays baseball and stuff, but like he doesn't voluntarily like do it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's
Like
crazy
I used to
me.
like beg my mom to let me go to my
Yeah, it's
friend's
crazy.
house
Yeah,
and play.
me too.
Hopefully we're not doomed.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
really
I'm
hope
gonna
so.
try and build
Yeah.
that with.
I remember
Facts.
when I was like probably 13, I had like 3 neighbors. We all would play with the blitz ball, the one that spins like crazy in my backyard. And we did it every single day of the summer. I was spending more time out. I would wake up at 10 and like go knock on his door, be like, yo, let's go. And we'd get everybody and just
Yeah.
play games. Like I did that every day. I don't get how that's not the same thing.
See, I had my best friend growing up. He had 2 siblings. One was like a year or 2 younger than me and him, and then his older brother was like a year and a half older than us. So it was 2 on 2 always. Like
That's so
his
fun.
older brother and his younger brother versus me and him. And we played bunt game, and it was literally just 2 bases. Like it was like sanitary was the like first base, and home plate was like the edge of the driveway towards the garage, so, like you're facing the house.
Yeah.
And like you would just hit fucking nukes off like a tennis ball. Like if you hit a nuke, like you
Jimmy
could just
Johnson.
walk. It would just be a homer. And, like, but it was just fun. Like we played
Yeah.
that for all day long, like,
Yes.
every day. A tennis ball and a wiffle ball bat.
You ever play box ball? Some people call it foursquare.
Foursquare, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like in
We-
gym class.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, like
So like you're in.
Yeah,
So imagine it'd be like this, and
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
and you
Mhm.
do the spins.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah,
We used to
super
play
fun.
that every day.
wow, I haven't heard that in a
I
while.
like you played it with your boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I never did that.
We,
I
like-
played it in,
elementary
gym
school. Oh
class,
my
like,
gosh.
No, we would like paint the floor, and like I had the ball and everything. Like we'd go from school to my house to keep playing.
No,
Like,
we would play football.
I was nasty at box ball.
See, that's why. Are we doomed? I wish.
We might be doomed.
Because
It's
like,
scary to think
I'm
about it.
thinking back on my childhood, and like,
It was a
dude,
great time.
we would play 2-on-2 every sport, like basketball, and we would be like fist fighting at the end of the game.
Oh,
Like
yeah, it was
football,
great
we're playing like
times.
tackle football in
Yeah.
the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the middle of the street,
street's
like,
crazy.
We were nuts, dude.
We didn't care.
Like we were. That's
No
how
grass.
You,
we were
that's how
just
you,
having
grass.
fun.
like we were just like on the street, because it would be like right after basketball, so we'd be like mad as shit at each other, just like talking mad shit, and we're just like, all right, let's play football, tackle on the street. You're a pussy. We're like 14, just talking shit. Dude.
That's
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Oh man.
No,
But, like that's,
it's
I feel
crazy
like
to
that's
think
what
about. That's
made,
gone.
at least me, like that's what made me such a good like athlete, as far as like the
Facts.
way I move, and like just it makes you better.
I really like. I only played one sport competitive, or two, training for like mixed martial arts and baseball. But we grew up.
You grew up.
We
playing
played
every sport.
everything. I
Every
played
sport.
football. I
Facts.
played basketball. I played
Like,
soccer.
badminton, everything.
Yeah.
Anything that
Badminton was
anything
fire.
that was a competition that I could beat
Yup.
my boy in, I'm gonna play it because I'm gonna try and beat him.
That's probably why it's a big attribute to why we're here.
Yeah.
Where we're at today, like
100%.
playing college baseball at a high level.
So you could give me a ping pong paddle on the ball. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna try and go all
and
out.
if I don't beat you, I'm gonna be pretty pissed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be angry. I will be in a bad mood.
You're
Like,
not. Yeah, I'm not gonna like you for an hour.
my girlfriend tells me like if we were to do like she's like scared to do like 2-on-2 things like me and her because she was like, if I mess up, you're gonna get mad at me. I'm like, no, I'm just a competitive guy. I just don't like losing.
Yeah. Yeah. If I lose to you, you're not my friend for an hour.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
You're gonna lose to me tonight, and then we'll be the
As
show.
I hate losing.
As a
more
wise
than I
man
like
once
winning.
said, you gotta hate to lose more than you love to win.
Yep.
Derek Jeter.
Facts. And
Juan
Billy
Renero.
Bean in Moneyball.
And Juan Renero.
You stole it from Derek Jeter.
Oh man, hey, I think we're closing up on it today.
Yes.
man.
Well-
It has been a great
been a
great
fun
episode,
time, man.
dude. Thank
been
you
awesome.
so much, bro.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming
Yeah,
on.
dude. This is Evan Wickeri, man, Mr. 100 Hits, aka
Evan.
Nardo Wick, aka
Nardo.
Stick, aka Stickery. It's
Thank
Nardo
you for
Wick,
having
man.
us. Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
for
man. Thank
the
you.
game.
For the game. It's
game.
for the game. Give us.
It's for the game.
It's
Yeah,
for the game,
there we
baby.
go.
Thank you. Sweet.
That was fire.
Appreciate it, man.
I missed my class, but it's whatever.